Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you all for coming to this panel. I'm Roy Goldenberg, Internet and Digital Reporter at Globe's newspaper. The panel today called Emo, and of course we're going to talk about e-commerce. Last week I wrote a piece about the local e-commerce market here in Israel and how it changed in the last 4 years. And you can see how you can't blame anymore the Israeli customers that don't buy online, because if you go to any branch of the Israel Postal Company, you can see their bags and packages from eBay, Amazon, ASOS, and etc. People buy online, Israel people buy online, but they don't buy here in Israel. And this is just one of the challenges that the e-commerce local market here is handling. And now I would like to hear all the panelists saying what challenges are for the e-commerce globally. So, thank you all for coming. Let's start by everybody introduce yourself and say how is related to the e-commerce.
Hello. Hi, my name is Doron. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Happy Sale. Happy Sale is a mobile application and a mobile marketplace where anyone can sell practically anything. We're aimed at lowering the bar for selling so that people will be able to sell anything they need. And God knows all of us have a lot of clutter in our houses. We started in Israel, we're launched in the US, our main presence is in the US now, and we are all about empowering consumers to be sellers as well.
My name is Schory. I'm responsible for strategic initiatives for eBay Inc. eBay Inc. is essentially the mother company that includes eBay Marketplaces, PayPal, eBay Enterprise, and a lot of other business units that we have. My responsibility is essentially to bring in external innovation into the company in the form of strategic partnerships, startup programs, acquisitions, and a host of other ways of bringing innovation into the company.
Hello, hello everyone. My name is Or Ofer. I'm the CEO and founder of SimilarWeb. What we do in SimilarWeb, that today we're one of the leading places in the internet for web measurement ranking. Basically, we do like rating for, some companies do rating for TV, so we do rating for websites and mobile apps. People come to our website to get information about what's going on various kinds of markets. Hopefully to present later a presentation about the e-commerce in general and the e-commerce ecosystem in Israel. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shai Alfandary. Can you hear? I work at Salesforce.com. Salesforce is the leading CRM company today, managing customer relationship. So to your question, what's the connection to e-commerce? When you manage customer relationship, I think the answer is pretty clear. Wherever the customer is, we would like to be there, whether on the buying side or the selling side. Salesforce was established in 1999. Today it's a $4 billion company, one of the 10 larger companies, software companies in the world, 15,000 employees, and pretty big brand in this space.
Hi everybody, Avi Kedmi from LivePerson. I'm handling product at LivePerson. I assume most of the people here are familiar with LivePerson. In one sentence, LivePerson is a company that's leading the world around creating meaningful connections between brands and consumers. Meaningful connection for those of you that visit sites is about talking to a real person. So that's what we do, and for us, e-commerce, it's not only an area where we have a large number of customers that are using our product, but also we believe a lot of the things that we're seeing today in e-commerce are about to change. I think we'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Hello, my name is Asaf Tzadok. I come from IBM Research Lab in Haifa. I'm managing a group of researchers around cognitive vision and interaction. My work is tightly connected to the previous session that if you were before about the hybrid commerce, the mix of physical and virtual shopping, either is in store, is around enriching the experience in store with augmented reality. We had a very nice demo in Sebit last year around shopping advisor for shoppers in retail store. And we have a session also completing the view from the virtual to give it a more a virtual reality part of how we can shop differently. From our point of view, the next generation of e-commerce is in real life. So with the wearables, with everything. So
Okay. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Before we start our discussion, I would like to welcome Or to the podium to show us a presentation based on insights about a local and a global ecosystem of the e-commerce based on data from your company, SimilarWeb. Please.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to stand up. So I'm very excited that we have the opportunity to present you this presentation we made especially for this panel. So as I told you, we are the leading company to give digital insight. So I asked our team basically to look over the e-commerce world and the e-commerce basically in Israel and come up with a few insights from our system. So we're seeing two main trends that are happening right now in the retail. So one, rise of the little guys that backed by the big ones, and I'm going to show you a few examples of rising stars. And the second trend that we are seeing, that as the world is going more and more for local. And the second thing I want to talk about you and show you some nice insight in this world is the masters of the social retail, how social affecting the e-commerce world. And talk a little bit about very interesting trends that we're seeing, as I know that a lot of people, when they're talking about social, mainly focusing about Facebook, where there is amazing opportunities out there for checking, like Reddit and Pinterest, and I'm going to show you those examples. So let's start with online retail trends that we are seeing. So let's talk about those rise of the little guys led by the giants. So basically decided to take the seller central of Amazon. This is where a domain that basically gave small and medium companies to go and sell their product in Amazon. And we're seeing amazing growth over the past 2 years of people that are joining Amazon and basically adding and start selling their stuff. So we're seeing Amazon start to open and give more and more small companies the possibility to sell their merchandise on the website. Nice, interesting growth that we're seeing as a company, the platform Shopify basically is the, let's say if we take an Israeli example, it's the Wix for online shopping. It's a platform that everybody can go there today and open an e-commerce website like in a zip. So we're seeing amazingly growth in this platform, supporting all those small, medium players, basically providing them more and more tools to sell online. And of course, AliExpress, I don't know if you're aware about it, but it's also very big in Israel, and I'm going to show you. I think that AliExpress and Guy later, if I'm wrong, is the Alibaba answer for eBay. Am I right? AliExpress. The answer, it's Alibaba answer for eBay. They open it as competition to eBay, if you can say. Not necessarily. So AliExpress is also a place when you have those people letting sell SMB and small medium business to sell online, and we're seeing amazingly growth there in the past 2 years. Now, if we look on the e-commerce advertisers versus brand names, so we took all the major search terms in those ecosystem, and we decided to look on paid, the biggest paid keywords, and basically the organic keywords. So of course that if you look on the paid keywords, most of the heavily known brand, that eBay, Amazon, etc. But if you look on the organic section of it, you can see a very high growth of the local players going up there, like OLX, the biggest classified in India and Brazil. You have Allegro, is the basic marketplace of Eastern Europe. Flipkart, upgoing stars in India. So you can see those local brands getting tons of power, and we're seeing it in the brand awareness. People searching them more and more organically, and they don't need to spend money on that. So it's very nice insight to show. Now, let's a little bit focus on Israel, because it's important stuff, and I will basically support what Roy just started with. As Israel, we have people, they buying online, but they love to do it somewhere else. So we took the whole here you can see the top 16 e-commerce websites, shopping websites in Israel, and you can see the market share of each one of them. And this slide is very important, and I'm gonna explain you why in a second. So you can see the biggest player, eBay. eBay is a very known marketplace, and he's taking almost 10% of all the traffic in the shopping. Then you have Yad Shtaim, is the classified, the local classified of Israel. Zap, behind it, is the price comparison of Israel. Groupon, it's a flash site. Flashlight is flash deals, like Groupon style. And then look on number 5. Then you have AliExpress, another not local marketplace. So in the top 5 of the Israeli market, top 5, you know what, let's go a little bit. Number 6 is Amazon, is retail, and below that is Walla Shop, is the retail in Israel. So if we take only those group of players, the most amazing insight that I see here is that Israel doesn't have any local marketplace. And I think, Doron, this point is basically for you. Like every country in the world probably have its local company that doing the marketplace, like eBay or AliExpress, but Israel, we don't have any. And you see those international players basically taking over the market here, and I think there is tons of opportunities. So if we have any entrepreneur except Doron here, my advice him, open a local, invest in Hepsi sale. So I will move forward, and I'm gonna go to the second part of this presentation, is the insight about the social retail. Now let's look about 2 nice examples. We took Amazon and we took Etsy, and we look on this is their traffic distribution, where they're getting the traffic. I'm sorry that the presentation doesn't look good. We thought the resolution will be better. But the thing that you need to focus, is this blue here. This line here, this small blue saying this, the share of social that arriving to this website. So you can see that Amazon, only 2% of its traffic coming from social, while a website like Etsy is getting almost 12% of its traffic coming from social. This is huge. And you can see that if a website can focus on a good social strategy, it can basically do a life changer. So Etsy is one of the best known examples for doing good job in social. Now, we took another amazing example of a company from the US called Teespring. Teespring basically is a company that lets you print, you can go there, design your shirts, then order it, and then you can upload your design and let other people buy those t-shirts you design. This amazing growing company getting almost 32% of her traffic from social networks. And you can see that if you look on their Facebook page, you have close to 500,000 fans. So you can see that you have amazing e-commerce websites rising up, basically getting most of their traffic through social with a good social strategy. Now, we decided also to break down the Amazon Etsy example to show you what I discussed in the beginning about the rise of Reddit and Pinterest, and not focusing only on Facebook when looking on social. So even if you took Amazon, this huge, amazing website, getting 21 of his social traffic from Reddit. So if you don't know what is Reddit, you should already today go and find out about it, as this is a very growing social network, and it's is the rising star there. And when we look over at Etsy example, Etsy, 50% for its social traffic arrive from Pinterest. So you can see those two amazing examples really come here to demonstrate that social is big, it's growing fast, but don't only think Facebook. We have amazing other opportunities out there. Now we decided to show you also this nice graph of the 5 top leading social websites about the traffic that they pulling out. So you see Facebook is still big, but it's only 55%. Pinterest is 16% and Reddit is 30%. It's more than 30% of the social traffic of the internet are coming from those two players alone. More than YouTube and more than Twitter altogether. Now, we decided to show you even where users are living after they going from Reddit out. So you see a lot of them for YouTube, Wikipedia, etc. But you can see that number 9 of the outgoing clicks from Reddit is for shopping. This is the proof that those social networks do send traffic and amazing traffic to e-commerce players. Now, we decided also to show you the Pinterest example, where users living Pinterest out. So you can see that shopping is the number 2 category of receiving users from Pinterest. And if you look, like 8% of the traffic leaving Pinterest going to shopping, and you see Etsy there, another number 3. So this was my short presentation. I hope it's give you a good insight. And I'm going to let the panel to discuss those findings. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to go from what you said, Leslie, about social and how we drive the e-commerce. Last week, Twitter wrote a blog post about adding a buy button to some of its tweets. And Facebook tried also to do something like that a few months ago. I want to ask you all, do you think social e-commerce from Twitter and Facebook and other social networks will really work? Will people buy from Facebook, from Twitter?